Hello, and welcome back to Timeless Wisdom. Did you know that certain cultures have developed highly efficient organizational systems where clutter is virtually non existent? I'm talking about the Eastern practices that help maintain pristine homes with minimal effort without the need for frantic cleaning sessions every weekend. If you're tired of spending endless hours tidying up, only to see the mess return in no time, this video is about to change the way you think about home organization. What I'm going to share today isn't just about cleaning. It's about embracing practical principles that, when applied correctly, become so natural that you'll hardly notice you're keeping everything in order. Imagine never having to devote an entire day to cleaning or feeling embarrassed when a guest unexpectedly knocks on your door. The 7 habits I'm about to introduce are rooted in an age-old philosophy that values simplicity, practicality, and inner peace. If you don't adopt these methods, you'll remain trapped in the exhausting cycle of clutter and tidying, which drains both your time and energy. However, by following these tips, your home will transform into a peaceful haven of order. Stick around until the end, because the final habit is the most impactful and has the potential to change not just your home, but the way you approach life itself simpler, more efficient, and more intentional. Tip 1. Always keep everything in its place. The first revolutionary habit is simple but powerful. Every time you pick something up, put it back in exactly the same place it came from. It seems obvious, but most people pick up an object, use it, and then leave it somewhere, creating little pockets of clutter that snowball into chaos. This principle solves the biggest problem with clutter: the gradual accumulation of misplaced items. When you pick up a pair of scissors to cut something, they go back into the kitchen drawer. When you take off a coat, it goes straight to the closet or hanger. When you finish reading a book, it goes back on the shelf. There is no middle ground or putting it off for later. To put this into practice, start by choosing a room in your house and assigning a specific place to each item you use regularly. A mug always goes back in the same cupboard. Keys always go on the same hook near the door. The remote control has its fixed place on the coffee table. During the first week, you will need to constantly monitor yourself, but after that, it will become automatic. The transformation is amazing. Within a few days, you'll notice that you no longer have to look for where you left things because they're always in the same place. Your home will always look organized without that feeling of chaos growing. Best of all, you'll save time and mental energy because you no longer have to remember where you put each item. This habit alone can reduce the time you spend looking for things around the house by 80%. Tip 2. The 1-minute rule. The second habit is a golden rule. If something takes less than a minute to do it immediately. Don't put it off. Don't write it down on your to-do list. Don't put it off. Do it right now. This simple rule prevents small tasks from piling up and turning into mountains of work. The problem that this habit solves is the procrastination of small actions. You see a dirty dish in the sink and think, "I'll wash it later." You find a piece of clothing on the floor and decide, "I'll put it away later." You realize that the trash can is full and say, "I'll change the bag in a little while." These small decisions to postpone create a mental and physical overload that makes the house chaotic. In practice, it works like this. You finish eating and see your plate is dirty. Instead of leaving it in the sink, you wash it immediately because it takes less than a minute. You find a sock on the floor in your room and put it in the right place right away. You see that the table has crumbs and quickly wipe it down. You realize that the trash can in the bathroom is full and change the bag immediately. The benefits are transformative. First, you eliminate the feeling of always having something pending to do. Second, you prevent small problems from becoming big tasks. Third, you keep your home looking presentable without any concentrated effort. It's as if you have an invisible cleaner working constantly. At the end of the day, when you look around, everything is in order, and you don't even remember having cleaned the house. Maintenance happens naturally without burden or obligation. Tip 3. Less is always more. The third habit is revolutionary. Keep only what you actually use and love. Anything that is unnecessary, duplicated, or rarely used should go from your home. This principle solves the root problem of clutter: too many things competing for the same space. The bottom line is that it's impossible to keep a space full of objects organized. When you have 3 kitchen knives but only use one, the other 2 just take up space and create confusion. When you have 10 t-shirts but always wear the same 5, the other 2 just get in the way when it comes to choosing clothes and organizing your closet. To apply this philosophy, start by taking an honest look at your belongings. Take each category of item in your home and ask yourself, do I really need this? When was the last time I used it? Does it bring me joy, or is it just a burden? Be careful about your selection. Keep only one or two of each essential item. One good frying pan is better than three bad ones. One quality coat is more useful than five that you never use. The results are impressive. With less stuff, you spend much less time organizing and cleaning. Your choices become easier because you have fewer options. But they are all good. Your home looks cleaner and more spacious. You develop a greater appreciation for the objects you own because each one has a real purpose in your life. Best of all, you feel free. You are no longer a slave to your possessions, but rather the master of a space that truly works for you. Now, before I continue, I want to ask you a very special favor. If you are enjoying these tips and want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. That way, you won't miss anything I post here. And tell me in the comments where you are watching this video from. I love knowing which corner of the world you are watching from. Now, let's move on to the next tip, which is one of the most transformative. Tip 4, 5-minute daily cleaning. The fourth habit is to dedicate just 5 minutes a day to a quick but effective general cleaning. This is not a deep cleaning, but a daily maintenance that prevents dirt and clutter from accumulating. These few minutes a day replace hours of heavy cleaning on the weekend. The problem this solves is the tendency to let cleaning pile up until it becomes a chore. When you only clean on the weekends, the dirt has time to set in. The mess grows exponentially, and you end up spending hours trying to get it back in order. This creates a negative relationship with cleaning, making it a chore. In practice, choose a fixed time of day, preferably at night, and dedicate 5 minutes to a general round. Wipe down the main surfaces. Quickly put away any objects that are out of place. Tidy up the sofa cushions. Put dirty clothes in the hamper. And do a general visual sweep of the rooms. The secret is to be quick and efficient, not a perfectionist. The benefits are extraordinary. Your home always maintains a basic level of organization and cleanliness without ever reaching the point of chaos. You wake up every day to a pleasant and welcoming environment. The feeling of control over your space significantly improves your quality of life. Plus, when you need to do a deeper clean, it is much quicker and easier because there is no heavy dirt buildup. It's like doing preventative maintenance on a car. Small, constant care prevents major problems. Tip 5. A place for every activity. The fifth habit is to designate specific areas for each type of activity in your routine. Each function in the house has its own delimited space, and you don't mix activities in inappropriate places. This solves the problem of functional disorganization, where objects of different uses mix together and create confusion. This principle solves the problem of spreading activities throughout the house. When you eat in the living room, work in bed, store clothes in the kitchen, or use the dining table as an office, it creates a chaotic overlap of functions that makes it impossible to maintain organization. Each room loses its identity and purpose. To implement this, clearly define the function of each space in your home. The dining table is for meals only. The bed is for sleeping and resting only. The work desk is for professional activities or studies only. The kitchen is for cooking and eating. When you need to do something, go to the appropriate place and take only the necessary materials. The results are transformative. Each room in your home works optimally for its purpose, making your activities more efficient and enjoyable. You develop a more focused mindset because each space induces a specific mental state. Organization becomes natural because each object has a logical home based on its function. Your mind also becomes more organized because you associate each room with its corresponding activity, creating healthier and more productive routines. Tip 6. Ritual of preparation for tomorrow. The sixth habit is to spend 10 minutes every night preparing for the next day. This includes organizing your clothes, preparing your work materials, getting the kitchen ready, and doing a general check of your home. This nightly ritual will help eliminate morning chaos and clutter. The bottom line is that when you wake up in the morning without any prior preparation, you have to make a lot of decisions quickly while you're still sleepy. This leads to hasty choices, forgetfulness, and leaving the house in a mess in the rush to get out the door. Morning stress spills over into the rest of the day and contributes to poor organizational habits. In practice, establish a simple but consistent nighttime routine. Before going to bed, choose and set aside your clothes for the next day, including shoes and accessories. Organize your bag or backpack with everything you will need. Clean the kitchen and prepare breakfast. Take a final look at the main rooms and put away anything that is out of place. Mentally prepare your schedule for the next day. The benefits are impressive. Your mornings become calm and organized because you have already made the most important decisions for the day in advance. You always leave home with everything you need, avoiding forgetfulness and rushing around. Your home maintains a constant level of organization because you never let clutter accumulate overnight. Best of all, you sleep more peacefully knowing that you are prepared for the next day, and you wake up more energized because you don't have to solve practical problems while still half asleep. Tip 7. Gratitude for your objects. The seventh and final habit is the most profound of all, developing a relationship of gratitude and respect for your belongings. Treat each item in your home as if it were an ally that is there to make your life easier, not as a burden that you have to tolerate. This change in mindset will completely transform your relationship with organization and cleaning. The problem this solves is the negative relationship many people develop with their belongings and home maintenance. When you view cleaning as a chore and your belongings as a burden, you create internal resistance that makes everything harder. You procrastinate, feel overwhelmed, and develop a victim mentality. To apply this principle, start by changing your perspective on each organizational action. When you put away clothes, think of it as taking care of something that protects you and makes you feel good. When you wash the dishes, recognize that you are taking care of the utensils that allow you to prepare nutritious food. When you organize your work desk, see it as an act of caring for the space that allows you to be productive. The transformation is profound and lasting. You begin to enjoy organizing activities because they become acts of self-care and gratitude. Your home becomes a reflection of the love you have for yourself and your quality of life. You develop a greater awareness of what really matters in your life, keeping only objects that have real value to you. The end result is a home that is not only organized, but that exudes peace, balance, and well-being to everyone who enters it. Before I move on to the next tip, I want to tell you about something special I prepared for those who want to go beyond this video. It's a complete guide with organization secrets that completely transform my home and can transform yours too. The link is in the pinned comment, and for a limited time, I'm offering a special discount for channel subscribers. Now, let's continue with the next tips, which are some of my favorites. Now, you know the 7 habits that can completely transform your relationship with home organization. These aren't just cleaning techniques, but a philosophy of life that prioritizes simplicity, functionality, and peace of mind. When you apply these principles consistently, your home will become a sanctuary of tranquility where you truly enjoy being. Final discussion. Remember, lasting change doesn't happen in a single day. The key is to implement one habit at a time, allowing each to become a natural part of your routine before moving on to the next. The most important thing is consistency. Don't strive for perfection. Everyone has their moments of slipping up, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to get back on track without criticizing yourself. Progress is built on small, consistent actions, not a perfect record. These principles are not just about organizing your home. They are about developing deeper qualities like discipline, mindfulness, and a mindset rooted in care and gratitude. As you implement these habits, you'll begin to notice a transformation that extends far beyond your living space. An organized home is truly a reflection of an organized mind, and a clear mind fosters a fuller, more fulfilling life. I'd love to hear from you. What habit are you planning to start incorporating into your routine today? Which of these tips resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. I regularly share tips and content designed to help you live a more organized, peaceful, and meaningful life. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Your organized space and peace of mind are waiting. Let's make it happen together. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with anyone who could benefit from these life-changing habits.